Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. My girlfriend of 7 years cheated on me with my roommate. This is a real mess, so bear with me for the long post. Sorry ahead of time for the rambling. This has blown up over the last 2 months, so the wounds are fresh and I'm still not thinking straight, so it's going to jump around. I am 25, was with my GF, 26, for 7 years. We lived together with 2 other guy roommates for the last 3 years. She started the night shift a few years ago and quickly distanced herself from me. She wouldn't cuddle when we watched TV on her days off and only come to bed to cuddle for a minute or two when I went to bed each night. If she was home, there was time where she would have off for a week or two and she would spend most of that time with my roommate, M24, who I met BC. We lived together in dorms at college freshman year. Their time was usually to smoke weed together when guests were at the house, but always seemed a little more. I told myself that was just unreasonable jealousy. BC, these are 2 people I trusted with my life. Fast forward to about a year ago. I had lost my job and my dad passed away within a month of each other. I really needed support but was still fighting for some affection from her, but no, work is first. I had no effort left to fight night shift, so I stopped rushing home for the few minutes I got to spend watching her do her makeup before leaving for the night. Mysteriously, she started spending a lot more time with my roommate around the same time. I would wake up in the middle of the night to them upstairs laughing and living it up. This whole time she blames me for not wanting to spend time together when she leaves for work at 7 p.m. and goes to bed around 5 a.m. I just graduated with an engineering degree and have been looking for a career to really establish my life, so night shift isn't really an option in most places. She refused to accept that I couldn't change to night shift without throwing away my career that I've worked so hard for. Next thing I know, he's staying up later explicitly to spend time with her after work. He doesn't work and just sits at home, so moving when he sleeps doesn't affect him at all. She then started waking up earlier to go on hikes with him while I was at work. She is finally off the relationship and blames my lack of effort to spend time together. 2 days later they went on a date and the next morning she came out for his room early in the morning. I moved out that day. They both claimed neither had feelings like that, but I didn't buy it and left. Fast forward a few months and now they are openly dating. Our other roommate confronted them about lying to both of us about their feelings for each other and betraying us. They both fight that their feelings for each other started after the breakup, but that's clearly not what was happening. This is someone I was ready to marry, but she didn't want to spend time together and swears that she's known for years that I would never marry her. And she cheated with my roommate that I called a brother. For years if someone mentioned cheating she would blow off on a rant about how cheaters are the worst, and if I ever cheated she would never talk to me again, and how cheating doesn't have to be physical. Now that she cheated and I blew up on them like she promised, they both doubled down on denying cheating. I have never been more betrayed in my life. Just a few extra details that I missed in the main. The night we finally broke up, she came down to the bedroom, broke up with me, and within 60 seconds of leaving the room was upstairs in the living room laughing up a storm with him. Our other roommate and my best friend didn't move out initially because we both still were trying to believe that they weren't that involved with each other. When it was clear, he would hear them through the not soundproof walls of the house sneaking around. Their relationship was romantic. He confronted them and they made up a lie trying to claim that I was just looking for an excuse to move in with my sister. My best friend flipped out and then moved out, and the 2 of them have no one left but each other. Neither have any friends outside of the house, and now they don't have any friends in general. They swear nothing was happening while we were still dating, but still found it necessary to try and hide the romantic part of their relationship from our roommate after I left, which just screams we know what we're doing but don't actually care about how terrible it is. TLDR, my girlfriend of 7 years couldn't even consider giving up her dead-end night shift job, so cheated on me with my roommate from college because he didn't have to work to pay rent and could bend his schedule around hers. Thanks for letting me get this off my chest, everyone. Even if it gets buried in Reddit, it feels good to vent it out there. Edit, holy crap everyone, thank you so much. As a usual lurker on Reddit at most, I never expected all the replies and likes. Definitely surreal for a Reddit noob like myself. I'm trying to read everyone's comments and throw some replies around. In response to all the suggestions for new hobbies and jobs, I'm going to try putting the two together. My brother-in-law and I both have many years of 3D printing experience, so are working on getting some things to sell in an online shop like miniature figures or custom parts. When we get an online shop, you guys will definitely get an update down the road. My dude. I am only partially sorry for your situation, because other than the broken heart, you literally win in all other aspects of life. Your priorities are right. You have a good head on your shoulders. You have a good friend in the other roomie that stands for your morals. You have a job and a career. Sorry, but the only problem you are going to face at this age of 25 is the issue of staying single. They were cheating for a while. The positive is you didn't marry her. You can make a clean break, and now you know what signs to look for in the future. Keep yourself busy, going to the gym, picking up a hobby and joining a club/class, and take a weekend away to clear your head if you have the time/means. We make time for the people we care about. You tried so hard to make time for her, but she blew it off. She did, however, make time for roomie. And yes, they both lied. They're both trash. It doesn't feel like it now, but you have opened the door to better people and better opportunities. Keep your chin up. Very much true. Think of it like this way. Glad you found the trash people early in your life. Who knows what would have happened if you still trusted those people and let you down more deeply. Anyway man, all the good luck to you. This is always the key. We make time for the things and people we care about. At some point, it does become work in a relationship, because other things are new and exciting. If it is important to you, though, you do it. If it isn't, the writing will be on the wall. You dodged a bullet. I'll bet $10 that she wants to get back together before year end. When she does, remind her you were in shopping. Get her to say out loud she is a cheater. Then remind her to remember that every time she looks in the mirror. Wasn't it you who taught me that there's a special place in hell for cheaters? And be sure once she admits it, to tell her parents you adored their daughter and planned on marrying her, until she couldn't keep her pants on. She simply has to know how low she sank. I 100% agree with you. But telling her parents won't do much, because her dad kicked her out and hasn't talked to her since high school over smoking weed. And her mom uses men for their money and then cheats on them and divorces them like clockwork. My ex even has the nerve to constantly talk down about her mom and what she does, but follows in her footsteps. Aside, this is the first time I actually typed out my ex, and it felt so good and liberating just to type it. Tomorrow TS going to hit the fan. Incoming D-Day. Need support. This is my first post. I've M40 been suspicious of my wife F38 since about February. For months and months I just couldn't put my finger on it, but I documented what I saw and how it felt. I've confronted her a number of times about it. At first she blamed it on me and said I was probably cheating or felt bad for how I've treated her in the past. I have not met her emotional or sexual needs for most of our 18-year relationship. Then she said nothing was going on with the guy I was suspicious of. And then she said at one point she questioned if she had feelings for him. And finally last weekend she said something that made me believe my suspicions were true, and she said we need to talk soon without the kids 3 in the house. She let me know tonight that the talk is going to be tomorrow. I know what she's going to say. She wrote a letter and I found it today while she was out. In the letter she admits to being intimate with him 3 times. She also begs me to give her a pass and move on together, as she feels that's what she has done for my past behavior. I was a functioning alcoholic for many years, and as I said before, I left many of her needs unmet. Numerous times I tried IC and I honestly tried to change, but I never realized I had a drinking problem. I always felt that my drinking was under control. This past Christmas a switch was flipped and I stopped drinking. I can see now I had been lying to myself for years, and my wife feels like I was lying to her as well about it. The thing is, it wasn't an active choice I made to lie to her about it. When I could see the truth, I admitted it right away. I feel she made a very conscious decision to have sex with another person and then repetitively lie about it. Am I completely off basis here? For those who have been through this, during tomorrow's talk, what should I look out for? Pay special attention to? Make sure I don't do it? Thank you to all the people's stories I've read while lurking on this sub for the past couple of months. I have learned so much and validated the feelings I was seriously struggling with. There is so much more to my story. I'm sure more will be told in due time. Edit, changed some wording about my wife wanting me to give her a pass on this, almost like it never happened. Prepare for gaslighting so she can play the victim. Something along the lines of "I did this because you did that" type of thing. If you both decide you want to try and salvage the marriage, make sure to set very clear boundaries and consequences if they are broken. Also be prepared for hysterical bonding. She let you find the letter. Sorry for what you're going through now. Congratulations on your sobriety. It's going to be tough, but you're going to have to tighten the belt a couple of notches. Stay connected to your sponsor and prepare for what you know is coming. She had the letter hidden. I really don't think she wanted me to find it. She's just really bad at hiding things, or I'm really good at finding them. Sobriety has been 99% on my own. No support groups, just minimal support from our couples counselor once a week. Thank you. I suggest you refrain from any reaction to the upcoming talk. Regardless of what you found, you didn't want to think she was screwing around either. You are in the fog right now. Things are going to be tough. Please think of yourself and your children. Nobody wins in this situation. You're going to have to realize she's gone. I'm so sorry, but you came to the right place to vent and inquire. Listen to your gut and the folks that have been right where you're standing. Drinking is one thing, being an irresponsible drunk is another. I'm believing you're not the latter. Hang in there. You should be preparing for the end of your marriage and whatever that looks like, since you have to co-parent with her the rest of your life. Own your problems, but call her out on hers and start preparing for life with her as just the mother of your children. You all don't belong together. There's too much negative history. Those are tough words to read, but I feel that's the way we are headed. I own my mistakes 100%. We have talked about them in couples counseling and she knows I am extremely remorseful for the past. I don't feel any remorse from her, only regret she got caught. Update, she read me her letter. Update, first post is here. If you feel you need to call my wife derogatory names, please stop reading and go somewhere else. I will not tolerate it. We met in a park yesterday after I dropped our kids off at her parents' house. While sitting at a picnic table facing each other, she read her almost 5-page letter to me. It was brutal to hear the words come out of her mouth, but at the same time it was extremely validating. Finally, all of my gut feelings, all of the snippets of evidence I found, everything I had gone through was validated. I'm completely devastated, but I feel my mind has slowed down. It's not racing trying to figure out what's going on. She was very emotional at times when reading. I could see the pain in her eyes when she got to the part where she admitted it was a PA. She said she never meant to hurt me and she lied about it because she knew how much it would hurt me. I listened to her without speaking. I remained calm and collected, no tears, and no anger. When she finished, I waited before I spoke. When I did, I thanked her for finally telling some of the truth. I told her she has lied to me so much there is no way I can believe this is all that has happened. After that, I told her I needed the following: her to be tested for STDs, DNA tests for our kids. She needs to immediately tell her sister and her husband and both of my wife's parents to start with. Absolutely no contact with anyone for the group of friends her AP is with. She needs to start counseling for herself. She moves into our guest bedroom. I told her I would have asked her to leave the house, but we are in the midst of dealing with issues with one of our children, and having their mother move out would be counterproductive for their health. I need time to think. She read How to Help Your Spouse Through Your Affair. She downloaded it and started last night. She accepted all of my requests with no real pushback. She does take responsibility for her actions, and she said it many times throughout our meeting. She said she was unhappy before the affair, but what she did was not acceptable. There are lots of other options she could have done. She went and talked with her sister, told our brother-in-law, and then her sister went with her to tell her parents. From what I was told, they all said they are not picking sides, they would support us however we need, and that she was wrong and made a very bad decision. Last night I again reiterated the fact that I need time and I have made no decision yet. I did say it would end immediately if I find out she contacts him, or if I find out she is still lying to me. I also let her know I had found and read her letter the day before. She asked why I didn't say anything. I told her I was in shock and I needed to hear her say it herself. I still feel like I'm in shock. Sorry that you are in this position. From what I read so far, I think you are doing a lot right and demanded the right things. Now, while your emotions are still so raw, don't make any life-altering decisions. Take some time, process what she did, understand what that means for you and your family. She made her decision months ago, knew what consequences there would be if you found out and accepted them. This affair was more important to her. It is on her to find out if she can change her mindset towards you and your family or not, and then to either inform you that she can't or show you that she is working on that. For you, you need to make a decision about your future and what you want your future to look like. What she did changed everything between you. In a kind of way, she pushed your relationship back to square one, the point where you were dating and had to make a decision if you want her by your side. But this time you know more about her, know what she is capable of, and you need to take some time to make that decision. Just like her. If she wants to have a chance for reconciliation, then she also needs to understand what that means. Her AP and everyone that knew about their affair needs to be cut out of her life permanently. They all are enemies of your marriage. Is she ready to do that? Take some time to yourself for now. Put your focus on the issues of your kid and find someone that you trust and that you can talk to in addition to your counselor. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. Wow, that's exactly how I feel. We are back at square one. But, just like you said, I know so much more about her now. Very good point about those who knew about the affair are now enemies of our marriage. I know she told a bunch of people. It will be very hard for me if I find out my sister-in-law knew about this and never said anything. I've always held her in such high regard as someone with strong morals. Everyone who knew about it and hasn't told you about it encouraged and supported her affair. Demanding to cut them out can be a reason why people decide to not engage into a reconciliation. Those people were very loyal to your wife when they supported her affair, so it can be hard to let them go. Like I said, don't make any decision now. Take your time, process that all, and then talk to her again about it. Maybe in the end it is her that doesn't want to reconcile, once she understands what a reconciliation means. Good luck to you and stay strong. I am so sorry that you are in this situation. I think that you are very rational right now, considering your heartbreak. That is because you are mentioning that one of your children has some kind of problem and your wife is needed. Respect for putting your kid first, since I assume that it is a serious issue. I also think that it is positive that your relatives know what has happened and that they haven't started any drama or mudslinging, taking any sides, which makes me think that they are fair and good people. But have you really taken some time and thought about yourself? It takes time to land after such a shock. Do you have any close friends or friends you trust? It could be good for you if you can talk to them. They are people looking at you and the situation you are in from an outsider's perspective, without any emotional bounds to your wife and other relatives. What I am saying is that it sounds like you are putting everyone else before your own needs and feelings, and it might backfire on you. Take care, friend. I really wish I could give you a hug, green heart. Thank you, you are right. Our child's issue has been serious enough. I have been out of work for 2 months to help with it. During those 2 months we have been closer than ever, which makes this whole situation even harder. If I had found out 6 months ago she would have been served with papers the next day. That may be my emotions talking, but it's how I feel. One of the things I work on in therapy is taking care of myself. It doesn't come naturally to me. Thank you for reminding me to take time to make sure I'm okay. Oh no. I hope and pray that your child will be okay in the end. The last thing you needed in your life was your wife having an affair. It must make everything so much worse. It is very wise of you to get professional help and feedback during this time. You are carrying a very heavy burden right now. Take every kind of help you can get. A human life is fragile and we don't often realize it, and bang, something strikes from behind. I hate when young children and teens get seriously ill. Since I lost my little sister when she was 6 in the 70s. Thank you. It's been a tough year in so many ways. When it rains it pours. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.